Graduated this year from high school. Eli passed away due to cancer at a young age. The class has not forgotten Eli. It is their desire to honor their memory of him today. A collage of class pictures is near the entrance. A space in their seating has been left empty in Eli's honor. We are also honored today to have Eli's father with us, Mr. Aaron Horn. Caden Croft, a close friend of Eli's, would like to present a small plaque that will mark the garden created by the class in the honor of Eli. In addition, Caden will present a check for $2,738.44 to Mr. Horn's organization, Beat Cancer Today. This is a gift from the senior class. This was the remainder of the money that they raised that they did not spend on their senior trip. One of the kindergarten teachers who taught this class is with us today. We've asked her to provide us with memories of this class as they learn and as they remember Eli. Mrs. Horn.
I'd like to start by just saying thank you. Thank you, administration, teachers, graduates, for taking the time to honor Eli at today's ceremony. As his former teacher and now as his aunt, which is so crazy of me to say, I can tell you that this means a great deal. To know Eli was to love Eli. We had so much fun with him around. Between his witty comments, his mischievous smile, and his love for fun, how could we not? Eli always kept us on our toes. We just never knew what he was gonna say or what shenanigans he would come up with. I have only the best memories from the year I had this group, not just of Eli, but of all of you. We had a lot of fun. We laughed a lot. You all said and did a lot of funny things. Years have passed, but I definitely haven't forgotten as much as you probably hope I had forgotten. I actually kept a notebook of some of the things you said, and wouldn't you know it, I still have it. So here are just a few highlights from that year. Mercedes once asked Caden, or told Caden, Caden, when you grow up, you should be a weatherologist. So if business doesn't work out for you, maybe you should become a weatherologist. When Kate was trying to tell us about a local business, she said, it's where my brother takes Taekwondo. Again, Caden here, he thought he was Buddy the Elf one time and he was describing his weekend and he said, I went to church, I snuggled with my dad. Okay. Ethan informed us one time, my oldest two brothers went rhinoceros hunting, but they didn't get one. I didn't go because I don't know how to use a BB gun yet. You got your rhinoceros lately, Ethan? Caden sang a song one time that contained the lyrics, ride in the cavalry, shoot the artillery. One time, Ethan had done something, and I told him he was a nut, and he said, you're a nut, I can just crack you open. Please don't. Again, Ethan, he was singing a song about Noah and said, who built the ark? No one, no one. I'm not sure how the ark got built if no one built it. One day while playing, Mercedes declared, I'm a soldier in the Silver War. After something, Ethan shouted, oh my word search. At the beginning of the year, Miss Lori, who was in preschool at the time, or helping preschool at the time, said to Mercedes, Sadie, I hear you have a sprinter for kindergarten. You're gonna love it. And Mercedes replied, did you have her for a teacher too? Sure didn't. Then there was a time, Ethan was doing something, and I told him, please go sit in your chair and read. And I looked over to see him sitting in his chair that was on the floor and sideways. But by golly, he was sitting in that chair. Or that time that Eli and Wyatt decided to switch coats and backpacks during car line because they were just so sure they were going to trick their moms and they were going to go to each other's house after school. It didn't work. We shared many laughs for sure. But on January 18th, 2012, we also shared many tears. I will never forget sitting in the hallway or in the classroom just crying with several of you. We lost a lot when we lost Eli. He was the best of friends. He left a huge hole in so many lives, yours included. But kindergarten friends will always be kindergartners to me, sorry. I'm also here to tell you that God works in the midst of tragedy. I know many of you still think about Eli often to this day, and I love that. I love that you have kept the memory garden going and even included him on your senior shirts by having his favorite verse on the back. I know it brings great joy to his parents and our entire family to know that Eli will never be forgotten. I'm so thankful for that. I think we could all agree that we were so blessed to have known and loved Eli, to have spent that year together as a class, learning and laughing. None of us will ever be the same having known him or having lost him. He will forever be a part of so many memories and stories. Not least of all is my own. I'm here today, not as Miss Brenner, but as Mrs. Horn, as a living reminder that God can work incredible stories, even through the worst of tragedies. Trust God. His plan is always best. He will bring beauty from ashes. As you start your journey into adulthood, remember, his plan isn't always easy, but it's always good and it's always the best. As Eli's favorite verse says, and we know that in all things, God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose.